Okay, so like I grew up in Blackpool. It's massively informed everything about my life. I don't think you can be from Blackpool and it not seriously inform you. Everything is really rich here. Growing up around the Tower Circus, Funny Girls, the Hot Eye Show, like I love entertainment. My name is Clayton-Wright. I am a performance artist. I am a producer and I'm also a creative director. I've been working in arts and entertainment for 17 years. Around 2010, I started making DIY YouTube videos. I gained, I think it was like 1.5 million views in a year and a half.
Okay, so the eye makeup is complete.
From those videos, I got invited to London and I started making cabaret performances.
That's my debut!
I started touring and performing with circus or cabaret ensembles. I made my own theatre show, which was called Sex Education, and that toured nationally, and it also went to Sydney Mardi Gras. And I also made installation work, so the Slumber Party at Glastonbury, which we took to the Adelaide Fringe Festival, and I made a piece called The Fortnight. For 14 days, I performed 14 brand new 8-hour performances. Then I've been part of, I guess, some of the most sexually explicit, high-end short film music videos of the 2010s. And then in 2019, I made a short film with David Wilson called Deep Clean, and that was one of my cabaret acts with a vacuum cleaner. Why we're here right now is that in April 2024, we started a queer arts festival in Blackpool, and we sort of finish the festival this week, and it felt like timely, momentous to try and capture that. I don't think you have any idea of what we're doing here.
Hi everyone, I'm James.
Queer Amusements is a multi-art form festival that features artists and works from the worlds of theatre, dance, visual art, performance art, literature, and drag and entertainment.
It's gorgeous.
When I re-entered the world after the sort of like lockdowns, I think I was like way more focused on the idea that like of community building. Like the festival is like a sort of idea that we can get work out to like other artists and create a sort of opportunities for people for like development. And like I love the idea that like my practice is now our practice.
So I'm Joe Booth, I'm producer on Queer Amusements. I'm also director of Antisocial.
I'm Catherine McGonney and I am a director of Antisocial.
So Antisocial is a community arts organisation based in Blackpool.
And we started out by doing some pop-up workshops at a cafe in Blackpool. That's grown from small workshops in cafes and libraries to bigger events such as film screenings, film festivals, and just lots of things happening in the heart of Blackpool. We are co-commissioners of Queer Amusements, and it's the first time that we have co-commissioned a festival. It was an opportunity for us to basically put our money where our mouth is. We say we want new work in Blackpool. We say we want to support queer artists, and there's nothing quite like it than sticking your hand in your purse and saying, here, make work, make it happen, we'll support you.
I'm David Shepherd, I'm the co-creative director of Marlborough Productions. We're a queer producing company based in Brighton, and we are one of the commissioners of Queer Amusements Festival. Since working here, we just knew that we had to do something that really like engaged with the community that live here and kind of responds to their interests and their tastes, but also introduces some like new ingredients. Harry has got a really clear creative vision. There's always a sense of joyfulness that kind of comes through the projects and the work and the approach, which I feel like is something that we've always resonated with as Marlborough. That's like one of our core values as well, is like, how do we create joy in this society where as queer people that sometimes feels robbed of us.
I am Jane Claire Bradley. I am a writer and a performer.
Baby, we come from the Vikings.
This year I've been very lucky and grateful to be the writer in residence for Queer Amusements.
Thank you for having me.
Because of it being a new project and initiative, I think I felt really excited about the possibilities of that it was a really nice opportunity to stretch and be more ambitious. And I think all the Queer Amusements team have really encouraged that. I think the words that I heard at one point were just be as unhinged as possible. And I think that is like such a celebratory queer attitude.
Take one, Titty's big opening.
Hi, I am Miss Titty Kaka, international showgirl sensation. So this year, it's actually my decade of drag. 18-year-old me started right here on this stage and Miss Titty was born.
Getting ready. Was this your station?
It was here. Had all of my photos and pictures all over the wall.
Oh!
It's very bright, isn't it?
So I trained as a dancer originally, and when I was 18, was looking around for auditions, found one online for funny girls that were looking for male dancers. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll give it a go.
Keep it going, really good, keep it going, and give us space now, lush.
So then coming here to live here was my first time living on my own. I just turned 18, so it was a real sense of just being creative and wild.
We stole this kettle from the Pet Shop Boys.
They left it or did you steal it?
I think it was a bit of both.
Blackpool is where Miss Titty Kaka was born, so I have such a strong sense of almost coming back home whenever I come here. This drag character is from Blackpool, so that's why a lot of what I do is obviously a reference to Blackpool being the stick of Blackpool rock, or it's, you know, seaside glamour, but it's that kind of encapsulating glamorous, chic, but still quite camp and stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Good, you want more dramatic about it,
I think there's a certain style, especially with drag, that comes from Blackpool and Funny Girls specifically, of the way that things have been done and the kind of comedy within that.
That's a very dour drag. It's a drag.
So the book was an interesting one because I never set out to write a book. Can't write, can't even spell. What initially started out as a 12-page handout for the workshop weekend that I did at Antisocial eventually kind of grew into be more of a publication, which ended up to be this 180-something page Bible of how to do drag.
So, we're just getting ready for our little book launch we've got going on. We've got the tinsel curtain, the bubblies on ice.
It feels very reassuring to come back at this point in my career because I feel like I've been out, seen the world, established myself as an artist and a performer and creative, and to come back and to be able to bring some joy back into it is such a nice thing to have. And just to be in these iconic locations like Funny Girls, to be at the top of the Blackpool Tower, to be running on the beach in the bloody sunshine was absolutely lovely.
White 65, 65. Yellow 2 and 7, 27.
I feel quite romantic about Blackpool, for better or worse, and I think that is because my family used to come here a lot when I was younger, so we always used to come for the Blackpool illuminations, we used to go to the Sandcastle.
It's just this transient town where people are so coming and going all the time that there's never going to be a sense of home almost.
I think it's a weird and wonderful place. I think it's a spectacular place. It's the second most visited place in the UK after London, is what they say.
Look at that, Cinderella's carriage.
I think it's a really special place where there is a lot of hopefulness.
Blackpool feels like it's on the edge of something. I feel as though there's a lot of possibility around and it just needs a little leg up.
I'm Ash. I'm Sam. And we're both the Bell Dohertys, and we reside here in Ferny House on Blackpool Promenade. It's been in the family for so long. It's got so much history in the walls of it already with music and art. And when we started throwing parties here, people just came. Queer people just showed up and we were like, oh my God, this is actually really thriving.
You're right.
Being able to house all the creatives here is so cool. It just feels like the proper legacy for the place, and yeah, the programming's just spot on and so different for the town. It feels like it should have been happening years ago. We are really, really excited about the festival because this has always been such a liberal place. This has always been such an accepting place. When you reflect on that, when you come to Blackpool, you should expect to see queer people everywhere.
Sorry.
Blackpool is full of so many weird and wonderful characters.
Oh yes, no access at any time, perfect.
I'm Kat Lowe. I am working as a producer on Queer Amusements.
I don't think I've ever seen cars come to.
No, I don't. I've put my hazards on, so...
When you live somewhere like Blackpool, I feel like people have to try a little bit harder, and that comes through in the work people create.
There's always been such a lack of resource that you have to be the producer, the director, the choreographer, the writer yourself. As much as that can be a struggle, it also means that people from here have had to develop so many skills that now people from here are just super talented because we can do all of those things.
A lot of the scene in Blackpool is like that. Everyone just grafts. We graft, we make sure that things are happening, we make sure things are successful and are as good as they can be.
Even though we are top of the hit parade for all the worst stats when it comes to things like poverty and health, it feels as though we can still do a lot, and we've got big dreams, and we do a lot in spite of the labels we have placed upon us.
I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia for me in Blackpool, and I know that that's something that there is some tension around for some people, that sense that Blackpool is only a place of nostalgia rather than a place where the future is being kind of envisioned. I feel very romantic about its past, but I also see the future being kind of built in real time, and that feels really fascinating.
People love Blackpool. I think they just forget that they love it sometimes.
We all have a shared vision. We can do amazing things for Blackpool. I think we all have a shared understanding of how special the place is. We also still have shared frustrations about how things have been going.
I think going forwards, what success for Queer Amusements will look like is that it hopefully grows and builds. I was once told by Scotty that our job is to kick the back door of the arts in and to smuggle in as many people as we possibly can. Get them jobs, get them money, get them financial support for the work they want to make, and get them professionally developed. That will be success.
I think this festival is incredibly special for Blackpool because it's not been done. No one's been doing it before. This is the first time you've seen something like this come to Blackpool on this scale.
There's no better place for it because visually it's such an interesting place. There's so many different places, landscapes, venues that make such a wonderful festival happen.
Actually in Blackpool there's a bit of a moment right now where a lot of the queers left. Finished college, we went to uni, or we went and got contracts elsewhere, and we went and learned our trades, and then we've all seemed to have ended up back here in Blackpool at the same point. So it's quite exciting to be in a position where we can all stand here and go, right, what can we do that's dead fun and a little bit crazy and that we would have absolutely loved 20 years ago, and let's do it for us then, now, here, let's do it. I feel like Harry's kind of been that last jigsaw piece coming back to Blackpool.
So many people have so much love for Blackpool, and I'm one of those people. Like, I feel protective of it. I feel like it's a really interesting place to come and explore. And I think it's also a great place to come and have fun.
I think we're really grateful for it being here. It's groundbreaking, and I can't wait for it to be known that Blackpool has this festival like nationwide.
When you are in other locations and they go, oh, Blackpool, what's that all about? I can feel very confident that I can go back and say a lot more than you think.
But when the sun comes up, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna forget me. I will forget about you. I will forget about you. 'Cause I don't wanna make the same mistake again.
This experience has been really transformational for me, and I think what has contributed to that is this focus on queerness. I have felt so safe having the queer team look after me. It has felt like a real queer family. I've felt so supported, so championed, so empowered, and that is something in like 20 years of working in the arts I've never experienced to this extent. I've never felt so cared for.
We just want to say a massive thank you for everything that you guys do for Blackpool, that you have committed to making it happen, and also in the past couple of years of being on the brink of going, actually, fuck this, we're going. You know, this is my home and I love being here, but there has been times where it's felt so bleak, and because of Queer Amusements, but because of other things like this and other people being passionate and dedicated to making a change to how things have been, it's given new hope. We're excited. We're happy to be here. I've felt in the past kind of 6 months a complete shift in energy to how I feel about working in Blackpool, being in Blackpool, creating in Blackpool, and it is definitely down to this So yeah, thanks.
Telesales and IT and admin and libraries. We sell sweets and work in cafes. We're shop assistants and police ladies. We're part-time photographers and artists and poets and DJs and writers and musicians.